Well, Walt Gratian is back with us to wrap up the week as he usually is on Fridays, and it's our subject. It's the weather.
That's right. Something we can't do anything about except talk and occasionally complain. So which is it, Walt? Talk or complain?
Oh, I don't know. This time I think it's just observe and then kind of lament how quickly our very welcome spring change turned back into winter and took the early flowers along with it. Have the days passed when seasons lazily dissolve from one to the other, summer chilling into winter through a respectful autumn, winter warming to summer through a lazy spring? Of course, it probably never actually has ever been that way. Things more likely have a way of abruptly shifting around here, like what happened this past week, when all the greenery and bursting color of an early warm-up faded back into the bleak and tasteless gray and cold of winter. The azaleas popped weeks ahead of time. The daredevil wild fruit trees were boldly blooming when no fruit tree had bloomed before. And then, bam, 2 nights of freezing, and my anticipated blueberries are just browning buds on the bush. And the wild population that feeds off acorns this fall will be on a diet come September. The oak blossoms that produce the acorns freeze dried on the tree. So, have we lost spring this year? I mean, can something be salvaged after the deep freeze? Master Gardener Cecile Wardlaw of Jackson has some observations.
Well, it depends on what plant it is, because some of them are just fine. Right behind me are hellebores that are just blooming their heads off, but of course they bloom in England this time of year, so they have to take the cold. I don't think our azaleas will be as pretty this year as they've been in the past. Some of them have really gotten nipped, but some of them have barely budded, and it's just hard to tell. If there was new growth, it's probably shriveled up. But there'll be more new growth after that, most things, if they're well-established plants. And it was good that the ground was wet. That protects the roots when it gets cold. So I think, you know, it's not going to be disastrous, but we'll pick and choose about it. But it's Mississippi.
Well, the best sure bet on color in the yard so far this year has been the bottle tree. It's fairly consistent. But I tend to agree with Cecile that the only thing all the cold and heat and blossoms wilting are a sure sign of is it's Mississippi.
Yep. I think that should be our motto. It's Mississippi.
It's Mississippi.
Unpredictable.
You know, the nice thing about it is it looks to me like looking up in the trees, the yellow jasmine pines up on the tops of the pines, they have seemed to survive, along with the red buds. Then, of course, we've got the dogwood coming up later this month, and then that'll blend right into the wisteria. So we should have lots of flowers that hopefully weren't touched by all of this.
I hope so. Those azaleas have been beautiful.
Oh, they got banged.
But maybe not as much this year. But it'll still be good.
Yep.